Hi, this is Yani, and in today's video we are going to create a basic switch and end device configuration. In this experiment, we should meet the requirements given here by configuring these devices. So let's start with ECE42. So first we will click this console cable, connect it to user 1 to this E-switch 1 console port. So now we can configure this configuration. So we will click the P user 1 desktop and then terminal, then OK. Let's press enter, and as we can see, we are already in the terminal. So first we will enable the privilege executive mode, and then we will to edit the name of the switch, we should change its host name. So for that, we will go to global configuration mode by typing configuration terminal, or let's just type config t for short, and then we will type hostname and then the name we want to change with our switch, because the name of the switch is called a host name. So for this experiment, we will type PSW-1. So as we can see, the name of the switch changes, so we can exit now. So for this one, we will press another enter, and now the name of the switch automatically changes. So for this one, we will set our passwords. So to do that, we will enter the global config mode, and then we will type our, and we will enter to the line console interface, and we will type, to do that we will type line console 0, and now we are in the config line or line console configuration mode. So we can type as our password here. So password, which is 8UPRU. Then we will put login and then exit. Now our password is set. So for this time, we will enable our secret password. For this one, we will type enable space secret, then the password itself, which is C9WRE, and press enter, and now we can exit the global config mode. So the password is already set. So for that, we are going to encrypt all clear text passwords, since if we try to check by typing show running config or show run, we can see that our enabled secret is already hashed, and then by looking at the line console password, we can see the password itself. So we need to encrypt that password. So how do we sure this password works? So let's go and exit the privilege executive mode. As we can see, it's already requesting a password. So we will type the password for all lines, which is AUBRU. And as we can see, we returned to the user executive mode. How about if the secret password is working? So let's type enable, and now it is requesting a password, so we will type our second password, C9WRE. So now we are in a privilege executive mode. So now we will try to encrypt all the clear text password. So by typing config T to enter global configuration mode, we will type now to encrypt the password as service password encryption. As we can see, with that command, the password, all clear text passwords are encrypted. Now let's try to configure the message of the day banner by typing banner MOTD, and the message should be enclosed with the two hash signs or pound signs. So we will put that one. Let's just say our message of the day is authorize access only, and we will enclose it with the hash. Then let's press enter. So this one is already set. Let's try if they are working. So we will exit this mode, and now we will type exit again. So as we can see, the authorized access only appeared, and we will type our our line password, and now our secret password after typing enable command. Now we are back in a privilege executive mode. Now let's try to configure the addressing of the switch. To do that, we should enter global config mode, and then we will type interface VLAN 1 to enter that interface to assign an IP address for a switch. As we can see, the interface for ASW1 is VLAN 1. So it means that by using interface VLAN 1, we can change the IP address of the switch. And let's press enter. Now, we are in a switch virtual interface mode, we can change its IP address by typing IP address, the IP address assigned to it according to the addressing table, which is 172.16.5.35, and then its subnet mask, which is 255.255.255.0. Now we can press enter to save the IP address, or to make this IP address active. We should type no shutdown. It is important enable to switch up or to change the state of the switch to up or active. Then we will press enter. Now, as we can see, based on the line, interface VLAN1 changed to state up. Line protocol on interface VLAN1 changed to state up to up. So it means that our IP address is already active. So we will press enter again, and we can exit the mode. So now we already configured the IP address of the switch. Now let's try to save the configurations. By exiting the global configuration mode, we can type copy run start to copy the running configuration to the startup configuration. Let's press enter and then enter again. Now the configuration is saved to this PC. So we can close this tab and we can go to IP configuration. So we make sure it is in static. So for user 1, the assigned IP address is 172.16.5.50. We should look at the addressing table to obtain correct assigning of IP address. Then for the subnet mask, we should type 255.255.255.0 based on the addressing table. So now we can close this tab. So now we can test if switch 1 and user 1 is connected through the network. So by running the command prompt, let's ping the IP address of the switch. We can see that there are some lost, but it's okay, so we can try it again. So we can see that it is already connected and there is no loss. To use or to configure the other switch, we should repeat this process. So for configuring switch 2, it's the same for configuring switch 1, and for configuring the IP address of user 2, it's the same on configuring the IP address of user 1. Enjoy the next portion of the video. To test the connectivity between these devices. So let's go to command prompt and let's ping first the switch 2. So ping 172.16.5.40 So we can see there is a 25% loss, but let's try again. As we can see, it is connected to switch 2. Let's try to ping switch 1. So we're typing ping and the IP address.
It's just 2 o'clock.
Is that late?
You know you smoke too much
But
of that shit.
as we can see, there's a first loss, but it's okay. At least we can see that there is a response or there is a packet received. Let's try to ping user 1. As we can see, the packets or the date that the network is working. So it means that we configured the devices correctly and able to work in a network. Hope you like this video and see you again next time.